Think about it. From your banking app to how you order food or chat with friends, we basically live our lives through apps, and we just expect them to work, to be fast, reliable, and secure. But behind that smooth experience, there's a ton of constant, unseen work keeping everything from falling apart.
Oh, we have all been there. You're right in the middle of doing something important, checking out, posting a photo, and boom, the app freezes, or it slows down to a crawl. It's so frustrating, right? Well, it turns out there's a very specific reason that happens. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into. We're going to pull back the curtain on this essential, invisible work that makes the difference between a great app and, a digital nightmare. So here's the game plan. We'll start by looking at the problem itself. Then we'll meet the two key teams that handle it. After that, we'll walk through how things actually get fixed and improved, see why all this effort pays off, and finally, check out how this keeps entire industries up and running. All right, let's kick things off with the basics. What are we really talking about when we say an app needs to be fixed or maintained? See, this is the key thing to get. It's so much more than just squashing bugs when they pop up. It's about proactive care. It's about making sure an app stays safe, runs efficiently, and actually keeps up in a world where tech changes like every 5 minutes. Now, to really understand this, you have to know about the two different roles at play here. A great way to think about it is like having emergency responders and city planners for the digital world. Both are absolutely vital, but they do very different things. This slide really breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you've got the application support team. These are your digital firefighters. They're reactive. When something breaks, they jump in and put out the fire right now. But on the other side, you've got the maintenance team. These are the architects, the city planners. They are proactive. They're working to make sure the building is so well designed and up to code with things like security patches that fires are way less likely to start in the first place.
So what does this process of responding and planning actually look like? Well, it's definitely not random. It's a structured cycle for finding a problem, fixing it, and making the app better for the long haul. And this shows the flow beautifully. It all starts with identification. That means gathering bug reports, listening to what users are saying, and figuring out what needs to be done. Then it moves into development, where the team maps out a plan and actually writes the code for the fix. After that, and this part is huge, it's all about testing. You can't just throw a fix out there and hope for the best. It has to be tested like crazy in a safe environment. And finally, the job is never really done. It ends with ongoing monitoring and documentation, always watching to make sure things are running smoothly and keeping records so the next cycle is even better. Okay, so that's the how, but what about the so what? What does all this work actually mean for us as users or for the businesses that own these apps? Well, the benefits are very real and super important. And we're not just talking about a little convenience here. We're talking about major improvements in performance, security, and even a company's bottom line. Let's break down the top 3 payoffs. First up is performance. All this continuous optimization makes apps faster and way more responsive. It's the difference between an app that feels snappy and just works versus one that feels sluggish and makes you want to chuck your phone across the room. A smooth experience builds trust and keeps people coming back. Second, and you could argue this is the most important one, is security. I mean, with all the cyber threats out there today, this is completely non-negotiable. Those regular security patches, the constant threat monitoring, these are the digital shields that are protecting your personal and financial data. And third, it's just smart business. Think of it like changing the oil in your car. Sure, it's a small, regular cost, but it prevents your entire engine from blowing up down the road, which is a catastrophic, way more expensive problem. It's the same as software. This proactive work prevents massive, costly breakdowns and ensures the app can evolve over time instead of having to be completely rebuilt from scratch every few years. Now, the impact of all this goes way beyond just the apps on our phones. This unseen work is literally the backbone that holds up entire global industries. And this is where you can see just how critical it all becomes. A small glitch in a retail app is an annoyance, but a glitch in a hospital's diagnostic software, that could have life or death consequences. The stakes get incredibly high. This table really shows how the goals get tailored to each industry. For healthcare, it's all about ironclad security and patient data privacy. In finance, it's flawless uptime because those transactions have to happen in real time, no excuses. For retail, you need secure payments and 24/7 availability, especially during huge sales. And in logistics, it's all about super accurate data, making sure all those tracking devices are syncing up perfectly. The specific goals might change, but that core need for reliability, it's universal. And that really just brings everything full circle, doesn't it? This isn't just about fixing things. It's about stewardship. It's this ongoing commitment to making sure the digital tools we depend on are safe, efficient, and ready for whatever comes next. So, the next time you use an app that just works perfectly, take a second to remember those unseen teams of responders and planners working hard behind the scenes. It really leaves you with a final thought to chew on. In a world that is so completely built on code, what is the true cost of just letting things break?